This is the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy, EARTHRISE, Micromasters, Fuzer, and Blastmaster. I picked this up at a local toy store called Toy Town. It was on retail for $13. I know, highway robbery, right? Should only be $10 or less. But I couldn't wait for this thing to go on clearance because next year I'm pretty sure all EARTHRISE figures will be on clearance. And these Micromasters will be going for $6, much like the Siege figures were. So $6 next year or pay $13 now. I don't know. I thought this was a pretty interesting set. I wanted to show you guys and, you know, maybe discuss how I felt about this set, because a lot of people have been asking me if I was going to do this. So, okay, to give you a closer look at them. The main issue I thought was pertinent to this set, even before you take them out of the packaging, you're sifting through several on the pegs. It's the horrendous paint applications that Hasbro has been notorious for when dealing with white plastic. And if you look closely right there on that face for Blastmaster, man, and some of figures had missing paint, like scratches off of the gray paint on his shoulder, but really this is right here, this is the main issue. I feel that really sorry excuse for a face paint app. I mean, look at that photoshopped image, and it's like seeing a 6-inch tall Big Mac on the poster, and then when you get it, it's just less than 2 inches tall, something like that, you know. But yeah, also here for Fuzer, I suppose the gray paint and the black paint, they kind of bleed in some of the figures I've seen, and there's some scratching off of that red paint on his chest, but very minor. Most of the figures I saw of Fuzer were pretty good. It's really the Blastmaster figure that's really that really needs improvement. So anyway, let's get them out of packaging just to see how they are. They're actually pretty cool individual Micromasters. They're good size, normal 2.5-inch tall, no, 2-inch tall figures, and they form weapons, they transform into vehicles, and I thought this was a pretty neat set. Let's look at Fuzer first. It's got ball jointed shoulders, also on a hinge, and go up and down. No neck articulation, no, is there a waist articulation? No, don't break it. Okay, he's got some ball jointed hips, okay, and hinge knees because of transformation. Kibble is moderate, and he's got some guns molded in onto his hand, so you can go. Okay. As for Blastmaster, he's got ball jointed shoulders as well, no waist articulation. He's got ball jointed hips, hinge knees, same articulation as Fuzer, albeit Fuzer had that hinge on his shoulder because of transformation. The wings on this guy, kind of big, kind of look like Astro Train wings. They kind of feel like they're like a cape. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, they're pretty cool. Space Ghost! No. And let me just check it one more time. It does feel like it has waist articulate. Oh, it does. Okay, my bad. So it's waist articulation for Fuzer, but Blastmaster, pretty sure doesn't have waist articulation. Okay, so let's transform these figures. So we both transform into space vehicles, particularly a space shuttle. Let's start with Fuzer. So fold this out. Go ahead and fold that back down. The arms form the side of the shuttle. And rotate the waist like that. Go ahead and fold up the legs or the feet, and then just combine and form the front section of the space shuttle. In itself, I think it can be like a ship. It's like an escape pod, like, yeah, it could work, I'm pretty sure. And we'll put that off there to the side. Now for Blastmaster, Blastmaster is a little tricky to transform, okay? First thing you want to do, you want to fold this one down, fold the head up like that. Fold the tail fin up. Completely fold the head and hide it. And then this one just folds like that. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to join the legs together, fold them up until they tab on the back like that. Make sure they're flush. And those side slots of the thighs or the hips, the pegs of the arms or the hands, they're gonna like squeeze in there and peg in. It was a little tricky, but it will peg in. And then the wings are going to peg onto the side like this. On my copy, they don't really form a straight wing line. It's kind of warped. And in itself, again, it could be like a ship. You can see like a small cockpit right here. If you were alive in the 80s and you watched the Biorobot. No, I'm kidding. You combine like that. In itself, also, both of them, apart from being, you know, kind of valid space vehicles. The instructions don't tell you to do this, but there's a peg underneath the cockpit right here, and again right here, as you've already seen. The instructions don't tell you what to do with these pegs. As always, classic Hasbro, the instructions are always incomplete. They never tell you what to do. So they can become some form of individual weapons or pistols. And if you have a Voyager class figure or any other deluxe class figure, leader class figure from EARTHRISE or Siege, you can actually mount. I say you can mount them, it doesn't want to mount. The pegs are a little thick. Yeah, they're kind of thick, at least for this Optimus Prime figure. And this one, I suppose, those you can fold these like this, so it doesn't look too corny. And then you can peg it like this, or maybe fold this wingtip like this, and it could still be like a missile launcher flamethrower, like, and then this other one could be, so it's actually pretty good. It's a pretty good set of, you know, weapon mode of sorts, which the instructions really don't say anything about. We'll leave Optimus Prime right there for a little bit, because I need him also to carry these two in combined mode. So combined mode is an actual shuttle, like that. As you can see right here. Yeah, some landing gear here. It's nicely painted black. Some black highlights, glossy black finish, which I really like. It just breaks up the whole monotony of being just a white space shuttle. You see here the logo of NASA, I guess. And so it's a NASA space shuttle, and it's not completely flush when you combine it. There's some gaps here and there with the panels, but it looks great. Actually, one of the better combined modes for these Micromasters. And the instructions stop right there. Like once you've turned them into a space shuttle, that's it. They never mentioned this, but I think you can, again, like, as I mentioned, you can mount them as like a gun. Voyager class figure, I think, is best suited to hold the shuttle as a weapon. It could be like a flamethrower, I suppose, because that's the boosters, like, or it could be like a double-barreled Gatling gun, like Megatron. And so some final thoughts on this Micromaster set. I think Fuzer and Blastmaster are probably one of the best Micromasters we've had for the War for Cybertron trilogy. The set is going to get a 9.5 out of 10 for me. Was a little bit disappointed with the paint apps, but all in all, I think it's a great set. I think these are great figures, especially their combined mode. It is this Space Shuttle combined mode that will really, really sell this set, in my opinion. So, let me know in the comment section what you guys think of Fuzer and Blastmaster as the Micromaster Space Shuttle Space Autobots. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this set. And as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time here, please subscribe. And if you want to help the channel out, please check out my Patreon account. There's a link in the description box below. And as always, thanks for watching. Thank you so much for staying to the very end of the video. It really helps with the algorithms and viewership of our videos. So thank you. And here is Optimus Prime with some blast effects holding Fuzer and Blastmaster.